Before we start, I should probably preface this because I've played the first 3 Trails games in their entirety, and it is probably finally time to start allowing some of these characters into the Danganronpa Hunger Games. That being said, I also know that Trails is re-releasing the first chapter in September. So, here is what I've done, because I know a lot of you have expressed waiting until the first chapter is released on the remake, or I guess the remake, sure. So these are Trails characters. However, I've intentionally, for a lot of them, put them with someone that doesn't quite match what their character says about them to keep it as broad as possible. But there's a couple little, like, some of them have a little tinge of like, oh, well, interesting. It's very few of them, and I'm not going to tell you which ones they are, so if you know, you know. If you don't, enjoy the game when it comes out this September, because, man, it is the start of a journey. It is. I'm the United States Aviator. Welcome to preseason, and we're kicking things off with, nope, that's championship action, with Danganronpa Hunger Games. Welcome to Trails to Dangan. As I said earlier, I didn't say that earlier, but as I said now, I'm the United States Aviator. Trails characters, I'm gonna just say from the first chapter are legal in the Hunger Games, just because I want to be sensitive to the game re-releasing in September. Because I know I've talked to several people who are interested in experiencing that game for themselves. You can see some of the characters here. Awesome. That being said, I'm not going to tell you anything about them. If you in the comments see some events that happen that are like, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy that this character did that, go ahead, leave them in the comments. I'll comment on them, but be sure to leave spoiler shields if you know, you know. So to start off, let's just introduce everybody. I think, you know, there's some basic things in here that I think most people know about Trails, and if you don't, hey, I'm going to tell you. District 1, we got Makoto Naegi. One half, I guess one half of one half, so 1/4, and I guess that quarter, he's not even a quarter, so the titles are split in halves, and that half is split into thirds. So I guess technically he's what, 1/6 of the champions right now. He's 1/6 of the tag team champions, because we have co-champions. It is Mr. Makoto Naegi. With Estelle, she is I guess the protagonist. What is it when it's 2 protagonists? Dutagonist or something like that. In Trails in the Sky, so check her out. It's your girl, daughter of Cassius Bright. Literally, I think maybe the first character you meet when they start up the game. You love to see it. Second district, we got Mukuro and Joshua. They're together because, well, they got black hair. That's what I meant, like, I'm gonna be just real vague about all these characters, you know, if they just kind of match something, let's get in there. Joshua, the other main character of Trails in the Sky. Estelle's, I'm not gonna even say anything about anything. I was gonna say, you know, the second character, third character you meet in the game, I think, technically. But you know what? They live together with Cassius Bright. Anywho, that's all she said, and that's all I'm gonna say about those two, because that's literally the first 5 minutes of the game. We got Mondo and we got Agate. Agate has a fantastic headband, and he is kind of buff, and you know who else has a distinct head kind of accessory hair thing? Mondo, and he's kind of buff. That's District 3, baby. District 4 sees Taichi, who is a dad, and Cassius. There's no secret that he's a dad if you watch the AWE. Cassius Bright, you love to see him. District 5 has Samugi and Chloe. Samugi is... She kind of has like the... I'll be real, their attire's kind of similar. That's the only reason they're together. Chloe is there too, you love to see it. District 6, we have Nekomaru and Zen. I actually think there was a better character for Zen, but once again, no spoilers. Zen, I think, is even buffer than Agate, and I think Nekomaru is even buffer than Mondo, so Here we go, baby. District 7 sees Chisa and my man's Professor Alba, who's got the tiniest glasses of all time. But nobody had small enough glasses, so I paired him up with another teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, Chisa and Professor Alba. District 8 has Teru and Olivier. Teru and Olivier both have that, like, red little ascot scarf thing. And they're together, baby. District 9 has Taka and Richard. They are both kind of, I suppose, straight-laced by the book gentlemen. So, you know, it is what it is. We love them both. District 10 has Munakata and Lieutenant Lawrence. He is I think the #1 lieutenant and he's the top lieutenant. And I don't think I've ever called him anything other than Lieutenant Lawrence. I don't think I've ever just called him Lawrence. It just feels wrong to not have the double L, you know what I mean? I believe he uses a sword, and so does Munakata. Anywho, District 11, we have Himiko and Tita. They're both short and they both symbolize red in some degree. That's where we are. And District 12, so District 12 is kind of for me. This is the district that I would love to live in. So let me talk to you about District 12. There's Sherazard, there's Karna, there's Kilika, there's Seg, and there's Maybell. Outside of Seg, I don't think I need to explain myself. That is the episode. So, tell me, have you experienced trails? And if you've experienced trails, did you experience it on the channel? Did you experience, did you experience it, by playing in the past? Or are you planning to experience it this coming September, I believe, when Trails first chapter releases? I will not be getting the re-release unless... No, I just won't. I've already played the first chapter and the second chapter and the third chapter, so I will not be getting it. But I do encourage anyone who hasn't played the game to get it, because I thoroughly love this series, and I think these 3 games had a very fun, comprehensive story. So once you're in there, you're gonna be in there. I'm just gonna warn you. I'm just gonna warn you. I treasure these characters very deeply, especially District 12. Let's go though. Give me your picks, first, second, and third. If you and tell me which of these districts is your favorite, even if you don't know any of the Trails characters. Just give it to me off vibes. You love to see it. I will pick mine. I'm gonna pick mine purely based on, because I don't want to give you guys my favorites, because that might influence you if you were going to experience it soon. All of my picks are gonna come from District 12, and they're going to go Karna, Kilika, and I don't know, actually. I think that, you know what? It will be Karna, Kilika. No, I think it might be Kilika, Karna, Maybell. Kilika for a reason that I really can't go into. And I don't even think it's spoilers for the Sky series, actually. Which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Anywho, those are my picks. I had to pick some from District 12. You know what? I take it all back. Give me Kilika, Sig, and Karna. Those are my top 3. I can't not pick my boy Sig. That's my homie. Lo and behold, we love that man's. We love that bird. Anywho, let's start this episode, shall we? And there's only way we know, and one way no how to do that. Well, actually, is there anything else that I need to tell you guys? In a week, there is Fracture. At the end of the month, the last Saturday, I think the 26th, yes, it is the 26th, that will be OC Revolution, and I think that's all the AWE big news that is around the corner. AV Mania, I guess, is next month, so that's also big, so get ready for a whole bunch of AV Mania match card announcements, you know, as things go on, as the beat goes on. But for right now, we gotta start this episode. And to do that, we must. Oh! It's hand sanitizer, bourbon, and yeah, I you know what? That's about right. I don't know if I want to smell like that. You know what? It's hand sanitizer. And I want to see how effective this hand sanitizer is. We're going to resimulate the percentage alcohol that is in this hand sanitizer. And if it's below 70%, I don't trust it. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to tell you guys this. Because, you know, this bit was not prepared. This was like, what's on my desk and what probably has a number on it. The alcohol percentage, I'm not sure if you can see it, is 71%. I expected it to be, you know, high, but I was not expecting 71. Moreover, 1% more than the number I said is kind of hilarious. I only said 70% because I think like a bunch of the rubbing alcohols are like 70. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, I guess I'm clicking that button 71 times. There must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, whoops, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I almost opened it in a new tab by accident. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70, and... remember, it is preseason. So the top 2 competitors not already in the premiere, and I think the only 2 people in this episode who are in the premiere are, I think it just might be Taka, actually. Regardless, we got one more time to resimulate, so I think we better do that right now for 71 resimulations. My hands are clean. And more importantly, this game, someone's about to clean up. Who is it gonna be? I'm unsure, but who will join the champion Maki along with Gundam, Ruruka, Ryoma, Nagisa, Hiyoko, Maya, Sakura, Yuta, Taka, Tengen, and Komaru in the championship match to kick off season 18. We about to find out. I hope it's somebody in District 12, baby. As we... ooh, there's something in my eye immediately. Proceed! I can't see! Oh gosh, Horn Bears! Horn Bears, where are you? Horn Bears! I can hear you! Oh, they're sounding! Oh, goodness gracious. Excellent. Whew. I can look around, so it wasn't an eyelash. Sorry, we're cooking. Hoo-ha! Yeah! I'm sorry, I gotta get back into it when we took a week off last week, because, you know, it was a big old day. It was a holiday. But that being said, let's kick it. As Olivier starts off preseason by running away, Taichi bashes Charizard's head rather against a rock several times. Huh. That does not look good for District 12 for them to have somebody out immediately, but Maybell finds an invitation to the World Pancake Championship inside of the Cornucopia. You better believe I'm gonna put Maybell in here. You better believe I will. Let's go, Maybell. Heck yeah. Put that girl in there, Maybell. Excellent. Chisa shoves Taka's sword down his own throat. Goodness gracious. Dang. Mono gets carried away and challenges Monokuma. In response, Monokuma rips him in half. Goodness gracious. Taka and Mondo out back to back. Poor boys. Poor lads indeed. Let me see. Zen, Ricky... oh my gosh. So through the entire game, I definitely called Richard Ricky Bobby the entire time. That will be his name here. And teed into a fight, Zen triumphantly kills them both, and Zen, how could you, fiend? Himiko and Alba fight for a bag. Alba gives up and retreats. Tsumugi watches with envy as Karna and Mukuro kiss before leaving the cornucopia. I too am watching with envy. Makoto forces Lawrence to start singing Please Give Me Wings. Munakata, Agate, Sig, and Teru stare each other down. If this quartet contains the champion of the Agent of Chaos, then Chaos reigns. Kilika runs away from the cornucopia. Chloe just didn't show up. She had better things to do, apparently. Cassius enters the arena via skydiving. Unfortunately, the parachute didn't open and Cassius falls on top of Joshua, killing them both. As Estelle is forced to be the last person in watching that happen. Poor Cassius, Bright, and poor Joshua, for real, for real. Love them both. If Estelle is the Agent of Chaos, but she's not in the Target Champions alive, then Chaos reigns. It does not. We will proceed again to day one. And as Nekomaru embraces the power of positivity, Taichi gets drenched in honey and unfortunately is allergic, and he does indeed perish. Sig is exposed to Himiko's sensitivity aura, causing him to become more emotional. Mukuro steals a tray of Agate's freshly baked cookies. I didn't think Agate could bake cookies. Olivier, Chisa, and Zen corner Maybell and are about to kill her, you fiends, when suddenly she pulls out a grappling hook and uses it to escape. Tsumugi, Karna, and Mudakata come up with a complicated escape plan. Estelle blurts out the fact that she likes Lawrence in a non-platonic way. Lawrence declines the accidental confession, saying that he does not like her in that way. Teru's hat matches very well with his giant robot. Alba, not Iva, that's crazy, ambushes Kilika and kills her. Dang, Professor Alba, we go way back. You go do that to Kilika? Y'all heard what I said about Kilika earlier. I can't believe this, Alba. Everything I said good about you is out the window now. We were supposed to go way back, Alba. Fiend. Makoto finds her amazing Viking ship. We are going, oh. You know, I did say we should prepare for some AV Mania announcements, so I suppose. It should not come as a surprise that I'm starting to ramp up the efforts in forcing all these tributes to prepare the arena for AV Mania. Lawrence and Agate set up the announcers' tables. Olivier falls from atop the Titantron. There he goes! So graceful. Himiko and Chisa set up the announcers' tables, and Nekomaru dyes the ring ropes red, white, and blue. Makoto sets up chairs for the audience. Alba, and Tsumugi both set up the announcers' tables. Teru, Karna, and Munakata puts the giant Statue of Liberty into place. Estelle and Sig set up the announcers' table. Zen and Mukuro set up the announcers' table. Maybell dyes the ring ropes red, white, and blue. This is actually really fine. I think the only person that died was Olivier falling from the Titantron. AV Mania, nobody dies. Maybe that's a good omen. Maybe that's a good omen, y'all. Alright, great. We lost 11 folks. It is indeed. I don't know, maybe me and Post play some sad Trails music. Well, let's mix it up today, you know, since we got the Trails characters in. It is a long trail of demise for Sherazard, Taka, Mondo, Ricky Bobby, Tita, Chloe, Cassius, Joshua, Taichi, Kilika, Olivier. I can kind of imagine which Trail song would be playing right now. There's a couple of them that I'm like, oh, my heart, it breaks. I feel like every game has a song like that in it that's like, dang, man, that elicits some strong emotion from me. That being said, we lost 11. We had, some, and there's 16 left, 6 more into your saving grace picks. Who will come on top? We're about to find out as we proceed. A lot of the Trails characters are gone. Well, I guess there's a few Danganronpa characters gone too. It might have been a good old split. And you have to remember all of District 12 was Trails, so they're doing okay still. We get a Trails 1 or number 2, we'll see. As the night rolls on, Night 1 sees Munakata and Tsumugi taking some pictures of the Aurora Borealis. Sig fires a truth bullet at Makoto. It's Bird with a gun. Exposes his lies. Himiko delivers an intense motivational speech to Zen and Mabel, inspiring them to give it their all in these games. Chisa is disqualified for the games for committing tax evasion. Teru signs a petition to change American football to yeet ball. Mukuro buys a deed to a house, and now she can have parties every week. Estelle does a quick prayer to a tool before going to sleep. Karna wakes up tied to and gagged to a chair rather. Alba giving her the worst torture imaginable, watching Marmaduke 2022 on loop. Okay, Alba. Come on, dude. Yeah, alright. But you just targeted all the... Alba, we gotta talk about this. Is something wrong with you, my boy? You okay in the head? You won't like this if we were interactors in the trails in the first chapter. We were cool, man. We were cool. What you doing? I enjoyed you. Nekomaru finds a love bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. This awakens something inside of Agate, and at long last, Lawrence has finally finished their novel. Good on him. Alba doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Tragic. You know what? Alba heard me cursing him from above, and he said, "Oh man, I really betrayed Avi." It's alright. Sid gets his hand stuck in a can of Pringles. Hand? Himiko wants Avi to give donuts a chance. I love me some donuts. I actually have some donut holes. Maybe I'll get them during the next sad song of Trails 4. Aggie gets told turn into a Fall Guys being if Teru is the agent of Chaos, and their target champion is alive. Chaos reigns. Mukuro is exposed to Munakata's sensitivity aura, causing her to become more emotional. Lawrence uses their special attack on Tsumugi, the Mega Destruction Dark Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did not a single point of damage. Raining Pistol rates Estelle 57 points. Zen sees a completely pale Nekomaru washed ashore, unmoving. Zen revives him with CPR but doesn't stop when Nekomaru regains consciousness and Makoto has drip, but Mabel is the director of drip. You better believe she is the director of drip. That's director Mabel of drip. She's what the president Mabel of pretty. She's the I don't know, the what else is a political, or I guess yeah, I guess kind of political, thing of power? I don't know, I'll think of something else. We'll proceed for right now. I was thinking like governor of, or mayor of, but I was like, I'm unsure of what else we could do. So she's just gonna be the director of Grip forever. Always, oh my gosh, again? Yo, apparently Trails is crazy. Trails character spot was like, we're going everywhere. It's time for musical chairs. As the music begins to play, steel chairs are placed all over the arena. Anyone who isn't on one when the music stops will be eliminated. Yeah! As Sig spots a chair on the bottom of a cliff, jumps off and lands on the chair and lives while he's literally a bird. That makes sense. Mabel can't find a chair anywhere and forced to face elimination. Fare thee well, director of drip. Director Mabel of drip. I kind of want like an M, because then we could do like a, because that's good alliteration, we could do a Mayor Mabel of, I don't know, M. That's what I was looking for, but whatever. Lawrence sits on an invisible chair. That posture, the crossed legs, so impressive he survives elimination. Agate finds a chair and just sits on it. Estelle does the same. Zen and Teru sit on the same chair. Himiko sits on an invisible chair. The crossed legs is so impressive she survives elimination. Mukuro spots a chair, jumps at the bottom rather, off of a cliff to land on it and lives. Makoto and Munakata sit on an invisible chair, cross their legs, so impressive survive elimination rather. Tsumugi's about to sit down and then Aiba swipes a chair from underneath Tsumugi, sits down, leaving Tsumugi to face elimination, and Nekomaru can't find a chair anywhere and is forced rather to face elimination. And thus, we proceed, and we can't have 2 arena events in a row, thankfully. So from 16, we've gone to 11. 5 gone this time. And we do hit a very sad Trail song. It is a trail of tears for Chisa, Karna, Mabel, Samugi, Nekamaru. 11 left. Let's get ourselves a little count as we say everybody's statuses. We have only one player left from District 12, the district that I was like, yeah, man. Unfortunate. We do still have Lawrence, Alba, Zen, Agate, and Estelle. Estelle, Agate, Zen, Alba, Lawrence, and Sig. So it's a 6v7, and the 7 Danganronpas are Makoto, Teru, Munakata. I'm sorry, how many people do we have left? Am I tripping? Yeah, we got 11 people left. Oh, no, it's 6 and 5. My brain was thinking 13. So we got 5 Danganronpa left. The odds are Trails wins today, but we can see them all go in the blink of an eye because we still have to proceed. We could have 6 of them die. Next, we could also have another arena event or the feast. So far, it's been arena event after arena event. It's been a little crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious as we proceed once again to night 2. Zen battles Lawrence in an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Zen loses and has a sad feeling in his chest. Alba dyes his hair black. I keep saying Iba because, like, I'm reading it and it looks like AI, but it's definitely AL, regardless. Teru throws a party to shelter, invites Munakata, Estelle, and Agate. The party turns sour when they argue over which should be blasting through the speakers. I actually do believe that these 4 have very different taste in music. I can believe this. Mukuro finds a care package but is unable to open it. Makoto shoots an arrow in his 6's head. Okay, Makoto, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems. All the ladies, I was fine. But you take out Sig? Boy. Nah. Himiko loads her shotgun in the physical form of murderous intent. Do we have the feast? We have the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, memoirs, and tributes from the Tributes families. Not tributes from the Tributes families, but what if? Lawrence decides not to attend the feast. Estelle, Alba, Makoto, and Himiko track down and kill Mukuro. Zen invites Teru to an unforgettable luncheon. While making the steamed clams, Zen sets the oven and therefore the house on fire, burning both Zen and Teru alive. If Munakata is the agent of chaos, which there is now one in preseason, and the target champion is still alive, I wonder if that chaos continues and we have chaos reigning during preseason. That'd be kind of crazy. And their target champion is still alive, chaos reigns, and Agate falls into a pit and does indeed perish. Rest in peace to the red-haired man. We are down to our final 6, but does 6 turn into 5? Alba starts planting seedlings in his garden. Makoto smells a rat. Lawrence hands Munakata and Estelle an invitation to his birthday party. They will tear up the invitation before his eyes, so Lawrence tears them to shreds. They're both gone. Oh my gosh, it is a final 4. It was that variation of the event, and Himiko reminisces about the year of the Ascent. Will we have a 3rd arena event? I think it would be unprecedented to have not 1, not 2, but 3 arena events in 3 days. I'm gonna just say it's not gonna happen. It did not happen. We've gone to our final 4. After this sad trail song for Sig, Mukuro, Zen, Teru, Agate, Munakata, Estelle. Estelle did pretty good. 5th place. Not too bad. We'll see everybody's statuses though. These are your final 4. Makoto, Himiko, Alba, and Lawrence. And you might need some new picks. If you picked like I picked, you will need some new picks. If you were like District 12, yeah, you will need some new picks. But I'm gonna let you have them because it's time to make them. It's time for your saving grace picks. It's within your final 10. It's actually all the way down to your final 4. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about your saving grace picks. For starters, we got Makoto, Mr. Naegi, 1/6 of the tag team champions, technically. He's got his French horn in hand, and he's willing to blow his horn all the way to the premiere. Will he be able to do it is the real question. We have Professor Alba. For the first time in these games, will the professor be able to make a fantastic deduction and win tonight? We have Lieutenant Lawrence. the one and only, very handsome man under that mask, I must admit. And most notably, we have Himiko, who is not in the premiere. I don't know why she's most notable. She's really not. But it's your final four. Who will it be? Will we see these two Trails characters go? Will we see one Trails, one Danganronpa go? Or will we potentially just see a Danganronpa sweep here for the final two? I'm not sure. But make your picks first, second, third. I've told you to make them earlier. But if you did not, you can make them now. First, second, third in the comments, and if you already did, reply to your other comment or edit your comment to say, hey, first, second, third, we got them. We got them in here. I'm gonna make my picks. Give me my man's Professor L. No, actually, I take it back. He is my man's. But most notably, he is not my man's this game because he's been killing everybody that I love, causing misery and misfortune everywhere he goes. To the beautiful District 12. So I'm purposely leaving him out of my picks for this. Give me Makoto shot Sig, so I actually can't pick him either. Give me Lieutenant Lawrence, my man's, my new man's Lieutenant Lawrence for first. Give me Himiko for second, and I'll take Alba for third because I can forgive, I guess, murdering these beautiful ladies, but I can't forgive murdering Sig. Makoto, burn. It's your final four. Within our final four, we know what it's time for. And if you don't, I'm gonna say that within our final five, we all have these four competitors. They are all caught in what we like to call a crisis of fate. Who will walk out of this and walk in to the premiere? We will find out. We could find out when I click proceed. Will we? Will a game end when I click proceed? We're at that range where it could all end in a moment's notice. We see Himiko finds Lawrence hiding, then comically slaps Lawrence. Lawrence is not gonna like that. Makoto submits an application, submits an application to the squad. Aiba snatches the application out of his hands and rips it up. We proceed again to say the rating pistol rates Makoto 42 points. Himiko puts cat ears on Alba. He's so cute that it kills Himiko. We are now guaranteed to have a Trails character in the premiere. Will it be Lawrence or will it be Alba is the real question, and Lawrence steps on a Lego brick while barefoot but shrugs off the pain. We are down to your final three. It's Makoto, it's Alba, and it's Lawrence, and it is a terrible, terrible turnabout for Himiko. Well, the beat doth go on. We will see everybody's statuses, and we have Alba, we got Lawrence, and we have Makoto. As I said earlier, top two go on to the premiere, so no matter what, it seems we will have a Trails character heading to the premiere. Will it be Alba with 5 KOs, or will it be Lawrence with 2? Or both of them potentially. Makoto is gonna try and stop them from both going. Will it happen? Is everybody's real question. For right now, it's still a crisis of fate. Let's do it. Final three. Does it end here? It does not. But Makoto finds a virus in the simulator and is killed by it. We do know that that virus does not kill. What does it? How does that virus define killing? Is the real question. You thought it was Lawrence, but it was me, Dio. All along, it was Dio under that mask, and Alba has the whole world in his hands. Oh my gosh. Shall we, Lawrence pimp slaps Makoto off of a cliff. Alba and Lawrence decide to challenge AV to a showdown to end the game on their own accord. They survive and are declared winners. '71 resimulations, huh? Okay. Hey, let's do this. That's the end of the episode. We'll proceed. Makoto's dead, so let's give him this terrible turnabout. Makoto and Naegi. Alright, so I guess we'll proceed now, and there are your winners. And they head on to the premiere. It is winning this game, forming a truce, and deciding to work together. It is a professor and a lieutenant from, you could say, two different worlds. The world of the academy and the world of the army, working together to claim victory, to push the agenda of Trails into the Hunger Game. And perhaps they found a moment together to talk. A moment to conspire against Makoto, I guess, because he was the last Danganronpa, and they decided to work together to say, nah, Trails got this. It's Project Trails out here. They're completing the project. Alba and Lawrence win. What a time to be alive. Love them both. I love them both. I love all the Trails characters, you better believe. That being said, once again, you got to put some spoiler shields in your comments. I'll reply to the comments though. You put some spoiler shields in the comments, because you know Trails, the first chapter is coming to I think Switch and to I think everything actually this September. So hey, play that and have a fantastic time. There's a couple inside jokes that I made with some of these characters that if you have not played at all, they have definitely flown over your head. So once you play it, come back and watch this episode, and I think you will actually enjoy it a whole lot more. We have Alba and Lawrence, and I gotta write them on this list together in a district. Winning together. Lieutenant Lawrence. My mans. It feels wrong to not call him Lieutenant Lawrence, for real, for real. That being said, Makoto took 3rd, Himiko 4th, Estelle in 5th, Munakata 6th, Agate 7th, Teruteru 8th, Zen 9th, and rounding off your top 10 is Mukuro. And we scroll, Sig was outside of the top 10, that's still my boy. It all started with Scheherazade getting murdered, and we don't like to talk about that. Alba had 5 KOs, Lieutenant Lawrence had 3. We'll talk about the rest of that later. Taichi bashing Shehrazade's head in against a rock several times. It was the beginning of the end for my beautiful District 12, but it all ended with Lawrence pimp slapping Makoto off of a cliff, and Alba and Lawrence deciding to have a showdown to end the game on their own accord. They work together. Who would have thunk? We proceed again rather than they are the top 2 in KOs, and you know, Cassius Bright, he's over there too. He had 2 KOs, even though one was himself and one was Joshua. What a time to be alive. This was a very fun episode. There were things that happened in this episode that if you know Trails, you can probably put a compilation of things that happened, because there's a couple things that I saw that I didn't react to too heavily, that I know people in the comments will be like, wow, that's crazy. And that's crazy because it wasn't even like that long of a game, but you know, there were enough interactions where I was like, wow, yep, this is such a Trails episode. We'll go back to the reaping. This was a fantastic time. This was a great episode, I think. I think this turned out to be a fantastic episode. You know, sometimes in these episodes you don't see a lot of the characters interact, but this one, as someone who's trying to keep this as low spoilers as possible, I think I did a very good job. It was a really good episode. Once again, I highly encourage you to rewatch this episode. If you plan to play Trails in September, once you have played the first chapter, come back and watch this episode again. You will have a newfound insight for some of these pairings, because some of them are a little bit random. Some of them are random, but not as random as you think. But it is what it is, you know, we'll ever see it. That is all she wrote. Until we meet again. I'm taking off. I'm the United States Aviator. If you haven't seen Trails, I have the entire first 3 games in their entirety on the channel. Saturday V plays them. First, second, and third, the whole trilogy is up on the channel. And we're playing through the next game too, Trails from Zero, which has also been a fantastic time. I've seen some shenanigans from my boy Saturday V. He's been a real hoot. He's got some theories cooking, because this is a game where they give you a lot of information. That's the one tip that I'll have when you're playing Trails. In the first chapter, pay attention to everything, talk to as many people as you can in that game. Dialogue changes between the NPCs, and for the love of everything, talk to many of the NPCs, because that is where a lot of the world building in that game really makes it special. You become attached to some of the NPCs, for real. Those are my only tips when you're playing Trails. And once again, pay attention to everything that's being said, because some of them have like a little tinge of like, oh, that was foreshadowed. This game does a lot of foreshadowing. Does a whole lot of foreshadowing. And as someone who is watching Saturday V rather play from Zero, things are still getting revealed from the foreshadowing, which is kind of crazy, from the first 3 games. That being said, I'm officially taking off. Until then, toodaloo flight crew, thank you for watching.